The Need for Speed franchise stands as one of the most successful and influential racing game series in history. With its fast-paced gameplay, thrilling police chases, and deep car customization, the franchise has continuously evolved over the years, pushing the boundaries of what a racing game can achieve. From its inception in the 1990s to its dominance in modern gaming, Need for Speed has defined the racing genre for generations of players. The origins of Need for Speed trace back to the early 1990s when Electronic Arts sought to create a racing game that would offer both realism and entertainment. At the time, most racing games focused on arcade-style mechanics rather than realistic vehicle physics. Development was entrusted to Distinctive Software, a Canadian studio that later became EA Canada. Their goal was to replicate the feel of real-world racing while maintaining the excitement of illegal street racing. In 1994, the first game in the franchise, The Need for Speed, was released for the 3DO console. Featuring realistic driving physics, detailed car models, and high-speed police chases, the game set a new standard for racing titles. It was later ported to PC, PlayStation, and Sega Saturn, expanding its reach and establishing a dedicated fan base. Its emphasis on licensed cars and authentic handling distinguished it from other racing games of the era. As the franchise grew, Electronic Arts continued refining and expanding upon its core concept. The late 1990s and early 2000s saw the release of several new installments, each introducing new gameplay elements. Need for Speed 2 added exotic cars and improved graphics, while Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit introduced the now iconic police chase mechanics, allowing players to either evade law enforcement or play as the cops themselves. This feature became one of the series' most beloved aspects, leading to multiple sequels centered around high-speed pursuits. A major turning point came in 2003 with the release of Need for Speed Underground, which shifted the series' focus from exotic sports cars to the underground street racing scene. Inspired by the Fast and Furious film franchise, Underground introduced extensive car customization, neon-lit urban environments, and a hip-hop-infused soundtrack. The game was a massive success, followed by Need for Speed Underground 2 in 2004, which expanded upon its predecessor with an open-world city, enhanced customization options, and refined graphics. Building on this momentum, Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005 combined the street racing culture of Underground with the police pursuit mechanics of earlier games. Featuring an engaging open-world experience, intense chases, and a compelling progression system, Most Wanted became one of the most celebrated entries in the franchise. The perfect balance between arcade-style gameplay and realism cemented its status as a fan favorite. Subsequent titles continued experimenting with new mechanics and settings. Need for Speed Carbon 2006 introduced canyon races and a crew-based system, while Need for Speed Pro Street 2007 shifted toward organized track racing. In 2009, Need for Speed Shift, developed by Slightly Mad Studios, brought the franchise closer to simulation-style racing, featuring realistic driving physics, cockpit views, and a professional racing focus. Despite its willingness to experiment, Electronic Arts recognized the value of the franchise's roots. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2010, a reboot of the classic police chase concept, was widely praised for its exhilarating high-speed action and competitive autolog feature. Similarly, Need for Speed Rivals 2013 seamlessly blended single-player and multiplayer gameplay, allowing players to compete against real opponents in an open-world setting. The franchise continued to evolve with reboots and new installments. The 2015 game, simply titled Need for Speed, aimed to merge the best elements of past titles into a modern experience with a strong emphasis on car culture and online multiplayer. Need for Speed Payback 2017 introduced a cinematic storytelling approach with an emphasis on Hollywood-style action, while Need for Speed Heat 2019 brought back the dynamic day and night racing system, allowing players to compete in sanctioned events during the day and illegal street races at night. Over its long history, Need for Speed has remained relevant by adapting to advancements in gaming technology and shifting player preferences. The franchise has sold over 150 million copies worldwide, making it one of the best-selling racing game series of all time. Its influence can be seen in other racing games that have adopted open-world exploration, police chases, and deep car customization. With advancements in gaming hardware, the future of Need for Speed looks promising. Cutting-edge graphics technologies such as ray tracing, improved physics engines, and cloud-based gaming could take realism and immersion to new levels. Electronic Arts has continued investing in the franchise, ensuring its legacy will persist for years to come. The Need for Speed franchise is a story of adaptation, innovation, and high-speed thrills. From its early days as a realistic driving simulator to its current status as an ever-evolving juggernaut, Need for Speed has defined multiple generations of racing enthusiasts. With its signature blend of arcade excitement, realistic vehicle handling, and immersive open worlds, the franchise has cemented its place in gaming history as one of the most thrilling racing experiences ever created.